Among the four canonical Gospels, Mark and John stand out for their distinct styles. Mark is known for its brevity and immediacy, while John offers a more reflective and theologically rich narrative. In this video, we will investigate the idea that the original ending of Mark's Gospel may be found in the final chapter of John. Welcome to Brave New History. The central idea suggests that the original ending of Mark's Gospel is mirrored or completed in John 21. This connection, if substantiated, could reshape our understanding of early Christian writings and their development. The Gospels are theological texts that reflect the beliefs and challenges faced by early Christians. They are crafted to convey theological ideas and encourage faith among believers rather than serve as historical accounts. How do the narratives of Mark and John reflect the theological and literary developments that shaped early Christian communities? What insights do they provide into the diverse expressions of faith within the New Testament? The Gospel of Mark is widely regarded as the earliest of the four Gospels, likely composed around 70 CE, in the context of the destruction of the Jerusalem Temple and growing tensions between Jewish and Christian communities. Tradition attributes it to John Mark, a companion of Peter, which may explain its emphasis on the experiences and perspectives of the Apostle Peter. Mark is characterized by its fast-paced narrative, frequent use of the word immediately, and its focus on the actions and teachings of Jesus. This urgency may reflect the eschatological expectations of the early Christian community. Central themes include the messianic secret, where Jesus' identity is gradually revealed, and the disciples' frequent misunderstandings and failures to grasp Jesus' mission, highlighting the mystery and paradox of Jesus' messianic role. The Gospel ends abruptly at Mark 16, verse 8, with the women fleeing the tomb in fear and silence, leaving readers with an open-ended and unresolved conclusion. This has led to speculation about whether a longer ending once existed, prompting investigations into the Gospel's original structure and purpose. Variants in early manuscripts, such as the longer and shorter endings of Mark, indicate attempts to address the abrupt conclusion by providing additional resurrection appearances and teachings. Traditionally considered the latest Gospel, John is thought to have been written between 90 and 110 CE. It reflects a developed theological perspective and is often attributed to John, the beloved disciple. John's audience likely consisted of a community grappling with internal and external theological challenges, seeking to articulate a comprehensive understanding of Jesus as the divine Logos. John presents Jesus as the divine Word made flesh, emphasizing his pre-existence and incarnation. The narrative is rich with symbolism, such as light and darkness, water and spirit, and bread and wine, offering a more meditative account of Jesus' life and mission. The Gospel's structure includes long discourses and I am statements that reveal Jesus' identity and mission, providing theological insights into the nature of belief and the transformative power of faith. Chapter 21 is often seen as a later addition to John, offering post-resurrection appearances that focus on themes of recognition, restoration, and mission. Its distinct style and content have sparked debates about its role within John's Gospel. This chapter's focus, like Mark's, is on the leadership of Peter and the commissioning of the disciples, and reflects early Christian concerns about authority, mission, and the continuity of Jesus' presence within the church. The Ormark theory posits that the Gospel of Mark underwent multiple stages of development and revision. Ormark refers to a hypothesized earlier version of Mark's Gospel that predates the canonical text. This theory emerged from textual criticism and scholarly attempts to understand the abrupt ending of Mark and the textual variations observed in early manuscripts. It suggests a complex compositional history involving additions and redactions. Scholars propose that Mark's Gospel evolved through editorial processes that reflect different theological emphases and community needs over time. The text may have been expanded or modified to address new challenges or to provide additional theological insights. The possibility of an earlier version, Ormark, raises questions about what this original text might have included and how it might have influenced other gospel writers, particularly in shaping the synoptic tradition. If Ormark existed, it could provide insights into the development of early Christian writings and the transmission of Jesus' teachings through oral and written forms. The theory suggests that elements of Ormark might survive in other texts, such as John 21, which could represent an attempt to resolve the narrative tensions in Mark and provide a more complete resurrection narrative. This ongoing scholarly debate continues to shed light on the complex history of the Gospel of Mark and its place within the broader context of early Christian literature. Mark ends at chapter 16, verse 8, with the women fleeing the empty tomb, afraid and silent. This lack of post-resurrection appearances has fueled scholarly speculation about a lost or original ending that might have completed the narrative. The Gospel's conclusion contrasts with the other Gospels, which provide detailed resurrection appearances, suggesting that Mark's original audience might have relied on oral traditions or other texts to complete the narrative. John chapter 21 opens with the disciples at the Sea of Tiberias, also known as Galilee, fulfilling the narrative expectation set by the angelic message in Mark 16, verse 7. The setting provides a geographical and thematic connection between the two Gospels. The chapter's focus on Galilee aligns with the promise of Jesus' post-resurrection appearance, offering a continuation of the narrative arc established in Mark. The disciples initially fail to recognize Jesus in John 21, reflecting a theme of gradual revelation that is consistent with Mark's portrayal of Jesus' identity being gradually unveiled to his followers. Jesus' actions and words in John 21 lead to recognition and understanding, echoing Mark's narrative arc of misunderstanding and eventual revelation through miraculous signs and personal encounters. In John 21, Jesus instructs the disciples to cast their net on the right side of the boat, resulting in a miraculous catch of 153 fish. The unusual specificity of 153 is unusual for John, often describing numbers as several or many, not giving a specific number. The miracle also reveals Jesus' divine authority and prompts recognition among the disciples. Miracles in Mark often function as moments of revelation and confirmation of Jesus' identity. and the miraculous catch in John 21 parallels this function by affirming Jesus' continued presence and power after the resurrection. The miracle underscores themes of abundance and divine provision, symbolizing the disciples' mission to gather believers from all nations, analogous to fishing. This theme resonates with Mark's emphasis on Jesus' power over nature and his ability to provide for his followers, reinforcing the continuity between the two texts and highlighting the disciples' role in continuing Jesus' mission. Jesus asks Peter 3 times if he loves him, paralleling Peter's 3 denials of Jesus, as recorded in Mark chapter 14, verses 66 to 72. This interaction serves as a narrative closure and highlights themes of forgiveness and restoration. The repetition of the question emphasizes Peter's reconciliation and reinstatement as a leader among the disciples, addressing unresolved tensions from Mark's narrative and reinforcing the transformative power of grace and forgiveness. Jesus' commission to Peter to feed my sheep underscores the continuity of the disciples' mission and the centrality of service and leadership in the early Christian community, reflecting the development of ecclesial structures and authority. John, chapter 21, fulfills the promise of Jesus' post-resurrection appearance in Galilee, providing closure to the narrative expectation established in Mark 16, verse 7. This fulfillment underscores the reliability of Jesus' promises and the ongoing presence of the risen Christ among his followers. The fulfillment of the angel's message reinforces the theme of divine faithfulness and the assurance of Jesus' victory over death, offering hope and encouragement to early Christian communities. This message of hope continues to inspire believers today. Thank you for watching Brave New History.